Hello there. So I have the Condor vehicle from M.A.S.K, Kenner, M.A.S.K, Hasbro, Loyal Subjects. You know what I mean. So how did I come by this? I did say that I was not going to get any because they are quite expensive, and I do have the vintage ones. Well, my good buddy over in Texas, America, Jay at J80 Hobbies, he contacted me to say that he had 2 of these and he was going to send one to me, and I was very blown away. I still am rather blown away. I'm very grateful, very humbled, and I'll leave a link to Jay's channel in the description. If you have the time, please do check him out because he has some fantastic vintage stuff. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open this guy up, see what all the fuss is about. I have seen a few reviews, some good, some bad, so I am quite interested to get into it. As I have shown, we do have an original Condor here and an original Bradley Turner. I'll call him Brad, and so that we can do a good comparison with the vintage stuff. I don't have an original box for the Condor, but I do have an original box for the Rhino, which is too big to get into shot, but that's all right. It's only going to be for a small comparison. So, okay, enough waffling on. Let's open this this guy up.
Hello there.
So the box is really nice. I know I said that we would open it up, but I thought we should really check out the box first. Got some images of what it will look like on the side there. This fantastic bit on the back showing you what you're getting. And this is pure nostalgia. As I say, I can't quite remember what the original box looked like, if it actually had these steps on it. The Condor was an iconic vehicle that I think nearly every child had in the 80s because it was the basic vehicle. It was for me, definitely the first one that I got, and I actually had 2 of them. I remember someone, one of my grandparents bought me one also for Christmas, but I remember being very excited by having the Condor, and I think I got it without even seeing the M.A.S.K cartoon series, so I had no idea what it was. It was just a motorcycle that turned into a helicopter, which was really, really cool at the time. Yeah, so it's obviously quite a small box. It doesn't have any punching to hang it on a peg as it would have had back in the day. Let's open it up and see what we got. It's very shiny red. What does that mean, Simon? Well, if I put this Rhino box here, you can kind of see where I say shiny red, it's a darker red. But then obviously my Rhino is over 40 years old, so it may have faded a little bit, even though I do try to keep it out of the sun. And as we tip this Rhino over, we do get a sort of a similar thing going on of what's in there. Right, anyway, we're not talking about the Rhino, are we? We're talking about the Condor. So, opens up quite easy, like a box would, I guess. And here we have, nothing else in there. And here we have everything packaged up. Now, it is a little bit disappointing that everything comes in a plastic packaging. It would have been nicer, I think, if it had come as the original did in paper. Also, what with everything going more towards having cardboard and things and trying to get away from plastic packaging, I would have thought they would have done that. But it's nicely presented, isn't it? We also have here some stickers and what looks like instructions. Now, let's see how good the instructions are, if they are like I remember The original ones being, I'm just going to put the stickers to one side. Okay, now they are very reminiscent of the original paper instructions. Oh, we get quite a few different things. It does seem to be, feels like it's slightly bigger, and obviously has the loyal subjects instead of Kenner there. And everything in multiple different languages. Okay, it's a shame it doesn't come with a poster. The original ones came with a poster of all the other toys, all the other vehicles in action, as it were. So let's get this out. And there it is. And then we get a nice little bit of smoke effect. It goes like that, as if it's burning some rubber, I guess. It also makes a very nice stand for it. It's very stable on there. Yeah, nice. We get short mask, and this is the cartoon version of the mask. Oh, I'm so tempted to call it a helmet just to annoy people, but we'll call it a mask. And then we get the long version of the mask doing its hocus pocus thing. Unfortunately, you can't take the blast off. It would have been better if they'd somehow made it that you could take the blast off and then swap it between the masks depending on which one you wanted to display, because I'd rather like to display him with the long mask. Oh, that's on tight. Because why do you want to display him with a long mask? Because that's the version that I had from childhood, was the long mask. So let's take this Brad Turner off his stand and stand him next to his upgraded self. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do this. Look at that. We're going to actually see it a bit better. Sorry about the rest of the video being slightly out of frame. Now, yeah, you know what? I do prefer the original. Obviously, there is nostalgia with this guy. They have done quite well. So he's got a bit of possible nose rub. Can't really see. Can't get him in focus. Okay. Sort of unnecessary splits action. I know that some people have had issues with their figures where this little pouch on the side gets stuck and the leg snaps off. Oh, it's a very tight head. Arms. I mean, really, the extra ball jointed articulation, that's the word I'm trying to think of. The extra articulation in his leg is not really necessary, is it? I mean, these original figures, they could do that and they could sit down quite perfectly well. As this guy doesn't really want to sit much more than that. He doesn't have a lot of leg bend sitting ability, and that's a real shame actually, because how are we going to get him to sit in the vehicle? Well, we're going to find out right now. Okay, he does sit, but he's got a bit of a relaxed, chill, lean back on him. Oh, now he's gone a bit sideways. Does the original Brad Turner fit in there? A little bit, but not fantastically, eh? How did he fit in the original one? Also not fantastically. Pop, there we go. It also fits on that stand, look. Nice. I've made an absolute mess here, I'm very sorry. Oh, we have a little blast effect to go on the cannon. Canon mask is great. And you know what else would be great is if you could give my video a thumbs up. Maybe share it with some friends and subscribe. It's free, easy to do, and it really helps me out. Okay, back to the video. Let's actually have a good comparison of these two bikes. Obviously this new one has a little bit of silver detailing on, I know, shall we say that's the gas cap or some kind of exhaust vent, whereas there was nothing there. Otherwise we're pretty much the same. A little bit of silver paint on the wing mirrors, not particularly necessary. They do also have like a little bit of extra detailing on them, which is nice, but not really necessary, as I say. My stickers have faded on this one. They're repro stickers and they don't like the light. So let's transform it. Let's first transform this one. Very basic, very easy transformation. And pull that bit out. Oh, okay, that's a very strong spring to pull it back into place like that. This one is also spring loaded, but it's kind of more of a gentle action. Okay. It's actually pretty cool, I quite like that, it's quite satisfying. Gun detail is much better on the new one to what it was on the old one there. Oh, and that's a bit stiff. Oh, got a little bit of a scrape on the paint, but that's okay. Everything's a little bit tight, could be because it's new. Yeah. Ugh. Oh dear, that looks like it's almost going to break. Don't want it to break. There we go. That was a bit... Oh yeah, now I see what people have been complaining about are the floppy rotors. They're very droopy. Okay, by sort of over bending them a little bit, they then sort of stay in their position. Okay, so let's see if this bit fits on here as it should do, and there we go. It's a lovely little blast detail, and of course let's do a comparison, see how the figures fit when it's in helicopter mode.
A few moments later.
So the original one, he does sit in there quite nicely, as expected. The new one, yeah, he doesn't really, for whatever reason, yeah. See, his feet are now on the plate at the bottom, but he can't sink down because he cannot bend properly here at the hips. He's constantly lounging back there. Yes, okay, so what do we think of it? What do we make of it? This plastic, the original does look like a better plastic. It's a bit more glossy, and the new one is a bit matte. What do I make of it? Okay, well, obviously this was a gift, and I am very grateful that Jay sent me this. So before I make any bad comments about it, I am obviously extremely grateful to have it. But if I had bought this, I would be rather disappointed. I do believe for the price, you're probably still better to get an original one. An original one will cost you more, and I can only speak of experience here in the Netherlands, but an original one, I mean, this is probably about 45 to 50 euros. And obviously you'd get it loose without the box. Let's put the camera back up a little bit. But the new one, these retail, I believe, for almost 40 euros. And obviously you get the box, you get the extra bits and bobs with it, and the little blaster effect, which really is nice for display, but maybe a bit pointless. Yeah, it feels really cheap. That's what it is. It feels really cheap. And it is, yeah, it is quite disappointing. I'm sorry, I really am sorry to say that. They could have done this much better. At least this bit stays up. I did see reviews where the tail rotor just flops down. When you put it in bike mode, it's a little bit loosey-goosey, but you can see there it has a notch that clicks in. The original have a notch? Oh, the original also has a notch, but you don't really feel it. Obviously, 40-year-old toy. Oh, it notches on that pin there. And that does exactly the same. Yeah, so. Yeah, I don't think they're worth the money they're asking for them, sadly. And if you've got an original, I would probably stick with the original. It's definitely nice to have a box, but you can buy reproduction boxes anyway, so that I would probably go down that route if I wanted to get any more boxes. Yeah, I don't think I'll be getting any of the others. I know I'll be tempted. I know one day I'll see a Thunderhawk in a store or something. As long as it's for sale, as long as it's for about 20 euros, then I would get it. But I think they're asking almost 60 euros for one at the moment, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous for the for what you're actually getting. It does seem to be a metaphor for modern day life, that everything is just a little bit disappointing. Anyway, there we go. I think we're going to stop there. I've run out of things to say, really. I want to again give a big shout out to my good friend Jay over at J80 Hobbies. Do please check out his videos and his channel. And thanks again for watching. Let me know in the comments, obviously, what you think. And I will see you on the next one.